it's Petra from PJ's Nail Lounge. Welcome back to PJ's Airbrush and Nail Academy. And today we're on episode 3 and we're going to finish off this airbrush nail design with little highlights. The only colour we're going to use for that is black. You can of course use whatever you want, but I find the black makes the whole thing really pop. So I've already put little butterflies on it. I'm using tiny stencils with gap filling and highlighting things basically, just to give it that sort of 3D dimension. Now, this stencil cover is quite small, so we must make sure we don't overspray, because an overspray you can cover, but it's quite hard to cover. So I'm just checking my black's working. I'm going to fill these butterflies in with black. So I'm going quite close to make sure I stay within the stencil. So that means do not pull the trigger back too much or you just will end up with a splattering mess. So really make sure there's no blockages in your gun and everything sprays smoothly, and just fill it in. Don't tilt your gun outwards because it will overspray. So let's have a look at that. And when I do designs, I don't tend to, we have a rough idea of what we want, obviously what your client wants. But there we go. I tend to just put things together how I feel at the time. If I feel right, something needs to go there or something needs to go there. So yeah, I just do it. However, right, so we had that little, if you remember from the second episode, we had that little splatter here where it wasn't quite on right. So I'm going to cover that with a highlight, just seeing what else we can add. Like I said, I just do it. Don't always have a great deal in mind, and obviously as careful as I was, I have oversprayed a tiny bit here, so I will cover that with something. Let's see what we can cover that with. Something leafy. So mistakes happen, of course they do, with anyone, but if you can fix it, does not mean your whole design is ruined. Hopefully that will do it. So as long as the actual design doesn't overlap, you can put a few stencils on just to make sure. Right, let's get my black. Let's get in the picture. Let's start with this one at the bottom. Like I said, go quite close on this occasion just to make sure you do not overspray. Next design, this one at the top here, obviously you've got a big curve there, so we've got to make sure everything's down nicely. Okay, let's have a look and see what that looks like. So, first problem fixed, second problem fixed. Sorry, I will come back. There we go. We've just highlighted and made this look like a 3D design with its background, the flowers and the highlights, and it looks beautiful. So you can add a few things now, which I'll do now, not on camera, but you could add some glittery dots in the middle or gems, some dots around it if you so wish. Or you just leave it as it is. Actually, it's an airbrush tutorial, so we'll just leave it as it is. Right, I will top coat this now with you. There we go. And the top coat really just puts everything together. So sometimes, especially if you're using lighter colours, it can look a little bit dull. But when you add that top coat to it, it really brings it all together. I'll just show you it like this. I won't cure it because it just takes more of your time, which we don't want. Time is money, as they say. But here we go. What a beautiful design. And as an accent nail, or even a couple of nails, or even every nail. Or you could put it together by doing the negatives on all of them and then do a couple of the highlights on the rest. Or some negatives, some with negatives and flowers, and then just one with all three. There's so many options. It's just whatever you want and whatever your client wants. So, but here we are. That's our first project done. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be more. If there is anything you would like to see, any kind of designs, any special or specific stencil designs, just ask me. We have got loads, absolutely loads. So sometimes it can be a bit overwhelming to find them, but I can point you in the right direction. pjsnaillounge.co.uk is the website. That's where you can get your paints. We have lovely paint sets and all the stencils and equipment. There is an online beginner course on there as well, and there will be more. This kind of design, just to add, especially the negatives, they are fantastic for Christmas when it comes to negative snowflakes. The people who are already doing it do know already. how good that looks. Glitter background nail, inside out snowflakes, some normal snowflakes. It just looks fabulous. So now is a really good time to learn, so you can get your Christmas custom clients in basically and earn a bit more money. And it hasn't taken that long. When we put it all together, 3 colors, 1 design, maybe 10 minutes of that. Probably not even 10 minutes. I've never actually timed it, but it's not long once you know what you're doing. Anyway, that's enough from me for today. There will be something else next week. I'm not sure what yet, but yeah, keep tuned in. Follow us for more. Have a good day. Take care. Bye.